Have you ever felt that sinking feeling in your stomach just imagining that your cat might go out and simply never return? It's suffocating, like you can't breathe. The house feels empty. Every corner holds a trace of them. The untouched food bowl, the forgotten scratching post, the sofa where they used to curl up and sleep. But why do some cats just vanish? What makes them leave a place where, apparently, they have everything? Do they run away because they no longer like their home? Or are we missing signs that point to something else entirely? The truth might be more painful than it seems. And that's why today we're going to reveal the real reasons that lead a cat to run away, and even more importantly, how to stop it from happening. Get ready to see your four-legged companion's behavior from a completely different perspective. 1. When the home becomes unbearable. It might sound strange, but the place you consider safe and welcoming might feel like an emotional minefield for your cat. Felines are meticulous creatures, guided by routine and their surroundings. When something changes, even if it seems minor to you, it can have a huge impact on them. Constant noise, frequent visitors, rearranged furniture, or even a new scent can trigger a wave of anxiety. And when stress sets in, they begin to associate home with discomfort. That's when the urge to leave becomes stronger. What's more, if the cat is exposed to yelling, punishment, or arguments inside the home, it only deepens their sense of insecurity. What you see as discipline might be interpreted by your cat as a threat. A nervous cat doesn't seek affection. It seeks distance. And that distance, unfortunately, can become permanent. The good news? A peaceful environment can be rebuilt. Lower the noise levels, create safe hiding spots, and above all, respect your cat's space. Cats don't need a mansion. They need a place where they feel calm and secure. 2. When fear takes over. Unlike ongoing stress, fear acts like an explosion. It's fast, intense, and can drive your cat to make desperate decisions, like escaping through a window or dashing out an open door. Loud sounds like thunder, fireworks, or the neighbor's barking dog act as triggers. In moments like these, instinct kicks in. Run before it's too late. And in that frantic search for safety, they can get lost, hide in dangerous places, or even try to come back and fail to find their way home. The problem is that often we ourselves are the source of their panic. Scaring your cat for fun, filming exaggerated reactions, or playing pranks with objects, like the infamous cucumber, might seem amusing. But for them, it's pure terror. And fear combined with stress is a ticking time bomb. Avoid scaring them, respect their boundaries, and if you know they fear something specific, prepare in advance. A blanket, an enclosed space, or even soft music can help calm them down. Have you ever noticed your cat disappearing at the same times and returning as if nothing happened? As if they were just napping somewhere in the house? Well, they might actually be living a double life. Yes, many cats have a second home, and you might not even realize it. 3. A life you don't see. Cats are incredibly clever and know exactly how to get what they want. If there's a friendly neighbor who always leaves food on the porch or opens the door with a kind gesture, your cat might feel tempted to visit and return. Over time, that relationship can evolve. They start splitting time between two homes and, in extreme cases, may even choose the other one as their main residence. That doesn't mean they don't love you. But as opportunistic animals, cats seek what satisfies them emotionally and physically. If they get more affection, freedom, or food elsewhere, they might feel that place suits them better. To prevent this, place a collar with a clear and loving ID tag, showing that your feline already belongs to a family. Talk to neighbors, build rapport, and kindly make it known that your cat already has a home. And most importantly, strengthen the bond inside your own house. They'll only seek another place if they feel something is missing. 4. The urge to conquer more. It doesn't matter if your cat is small or seems gentle. Inside lives a fearless explorer. Once they feel they know every corner of their current territory, it's natural to want to expand their horizons. It's not rebellion, it's instinct. Especially males, but many females as well, show this urge to explore new territory. They go out not only out of curiosity, but to leave scent marks, confront rivals, and reinforce their domain. Trees, walls, rooftops, and empty lots become invisible battlegrounds. This tendency becomes even stronger in unneutered cats. The good news is that neutering not only reduces the desire to mate, but also significantly lowers the urge to conquer the world. Sterilized cats tend to stay closer to home, are calmer, and more connected to their domestic environment. If you notice your cat becoming restless, meowing near the door, trying to climb windows, or constantly trying to escape, it's time to consider whether they're searching for more territory. Maybe what they need is more stimulation indoors, shelves to climb, interactive toys, and moments of playtime with you. 5. Hunting, the call that never disappears. You can offer the best food, the most expensive toys, and the most genuine affection, but none of that replaces the pleasure a cat feels when chasing prey, even imaginary prey. Hunting is in their DNA. They don't hunt only out of hunger but also for fun, for the challenge, and due to a deep instinctual need. The problem is that sometimes this drive takes them far away. A bug, a bird, a mouse, any small movement can trigger your cat's hunter mode, and they may disappear for hours or days. Younger cats especially have boundless energy and a greater tendency to cross safety boundaries. And once they realize how far they've gone, they may not recognize the way back home. The solution? Bring the hunt indoors. Feather toys, jingling wands, self-moving balls, all of these can help fulfill that desire. If your cat can run, stalk, pounce, and win, all without leaving the living room rug, there will be no need to seek adventure elsewhere. Sometimes a cat's escape has nothing to do with wild instincts or territorial impulses. In many cases, it happens because what they need most is missing at home. Love, security, cleanliness, attention, these are the foundations of the bond between owner and animal. And when one or more of these areas fail, the cat starts looking for what's missing, somewhere else. You might think your cat is being ungrateful. After all, they have food, shelter, and kibble. But is that really enough? 6. When the basics are no longer a priority, it's not just about keeping the bowl full or providing fresh water. Your cat needs much more than that. They need daily attention, a clean environment, and a space to do their business without stress. A dirty litter box, for instance, is one of the leading causes of environmental rejection. Many cats simply refuse to use it and end up seeking another place, sometimes outside. Moving the litter box can also confuse your cat. Remember, cats are methodical. To them, a new location might feel like a territory violation. Another critical point: loneliness. If you spend a lot of time away, if you don't interact, if the days go by in silence and boredom, your cat starts to feel that something is wrong. And when that emotional void becomes constant, they may walk out that door without looking back. True care lies in the details. A stable routine, ongoing affection, accessible toys, and a loving presence are what help your cat feel, "This is where I belong." 7. When the body silently asks for help. Did you know that many cats, when they're sick, simply isolate themselves? This behavior comes from their wild nature. Wild felines, when ill, would seek out secluded spots to protect themselves from predators while they were vulnerable. That instinct still lives on, even in domestic cats. So if your cat, who was once sociable, starts hiding often, avoiding contact, or trying to get to more distant places, they might be experiencing physical distress, kidney disease, infections, joint pain, poisoning. Many of these conditions develop silently, and unfortunately, when a cat feels their end approaching, they might want to retreat and die alone, far from the eyes of those they love. Don't wait for obvious signs. Pay attention to subtle changes in behavior: lethargy, reduced appetite, labored breathing, softer meows, or withdrawal. Take your cat to the vet regularly, even if they seem healthy. Your care could mean the difference between a lonely end and a recovery filled with love. 8. When curiosity speaks louder than common sense, there's a famous saying, "Curiosity killed the cat." And as dramatic as it may sound, there's some truth to it. Cats are natural explorers. They love investigating new scents, observing moving objects, following strange sounds, and often this takes them far from home without them even realizing it. A butterfly, the rustling of a bush, a bird's song, anything can turn into a small adventure that becomes a full-blown disappearance. The problem is, once they wander too far, they may end up on unfamiliar property, encounter other animals, fall into traps, or simply get lost. They don't have a built-in GPS, and they don't always manage to retrace their steps. If your cat shows this adventurous spirit, control their access. Install protective screens, use GPS collars, keep a closer eye on them, and consider backyard enclosures to prevent accidents. And even more importantly, satisfy that curiosity indoors. Build circuits with boxes, tunnels, new toys, and different textures. The more stimulation they have inside the home, the less likely they'll go looking for it elsewhere. Your cat might seem independent, but they feel, observe, and react to everything you do. And some actions, even well-intentioned ones, can create insecurity, fear, and emotional detachment. The result? A cat that grows distant, or even decides to leave for good. But before we list the most common mistakes in cat upbringing, let's talk about something biological that is often ignored. The call of instinct. Mating at any cost. When a cat isn't neutered, its entire body is wired toward a single mission: reproduction. This is especially intense in males, who are drawn to any female in heat within a considerable range. Just catching the scent, yes, even from a distance, is enough to turn them into escape artists. Females aren't far behind. When in heat, they may vocalize more, rub against everything, and try to escape through doors and windows. This impulse is stronger than any control you might have over your environment. The problem is that, often, this search for a mate takes them too far, and they simply can't find their way back. On top of that, being out on the streets exposes them to serious risks, getting hit by cars, fights with other animals, and infectious diseases. The solution is simple, safe, and highly recommended: sterilization. Spaying or neutering your cat not only drastically reduces their urge to roam for mating, but also decreases aggression, territorial behavior, and the risk of serious illnesses. And most importantly, it increases the chance that your cat stays close, healthy, and calm. 10. When teaching turns into alienation. Now let's get to the 10 most common mistakes made by cat owners, actions that may seem harmless, but, over time, can completely erode trust and damage the bond with your cat. Mistake 1. Separating kittens from their mother too early. Kittens learn a lot in the first weeks from their mother: how to use the litter box, groom themselves, socialize. Removing them from the litter before 8 to 12 weeks can cause serious socialization issues. Mistake 2. Using yelling or physical punishment as discipline. Cats don't associate shouting with correction. They associate it with fear, hitting, pushing, yelling. All of this breaks trust and may result in aggressive or avoidant behavior. Mistake 3. Expecting too much, too soon. Wanting your cat to learn all the rules on day one is unrealistic. Overstimulating or overcorrecting creates confusion. Teach one limit at a time, with patience. Mistake 4. Inconsistent corrections. Sometimes it's okay for them to be on the table. Other times you scold them. This confuses the cat and heightens anxiety. Consistency is key. Mistake 5. Not familiarizing your cat with the carrier. Storing the carrier away and only using it for vet visits builds trauma. Keep it visible, with blankets, treats, and toys. Mistake 6. Scolding after the fact. Coming home and yelling about a broken vase hours later makes no sense to your cat. They've already forgotten. Reprimands must be immediate, or not done at all. Mistake 7. Punishing natural behaviors. Biting, scratching, and playing with their paws are instinctive. Punishing these actions causes frustration. Teach limits through redirection, not discipline. Mistake 8. Interrupting sleep or meal times. Waking your cat or disturbing them while eating can cause discomfort and fear. Let them finish and respect these moments. Mistake 9. Forcing your cat to smell feces or urine. This is aggressive and cruel. They learn nothing from it. They only start fearing you. Mistake 10. Emotionally neglecting your cat. Just because cats are more independent doesn't mean they don't need affection, attention, and daily bonding. Loneliness corrodes their spirit. When a cat disappears, time freezes. Every minute without news feels like punishment. Your mind fills with questions, your heart aches, and guilt starts to grow like a shadow. Did I do something wrong? Can they still find their way back? Would they even forgive me? But before despair takes over, there's something you need to know. Cats have an incredible ability to find their way back home. Yes, they possess natural mechanisms that work like a silent GPS, but there are limits. And more importantly, there are ways you can help. How do cats navigate? Cats rely on several highly developed senses to find their way. Smell is one of the most crucial. When they rub their heads on furniture or scratch objects, they leave pheromone trails. Many cats do the same when going outside. They scratch tree trunks, urinate in strategic spots, or rub against walls, creating an olfactory trail they can follow back home. Additionally, studies suggest that cats may be able to sense variations in the Earth's magnetic field. In this way, they might possess a kind of biological compass. This could explain why some return home after being gone for days, or even weeks. But while this system is impressive, it's not foolproof. Accidents, territory changes, extreme fear, or human interference, like someone taking the cat in, can completely disorient them. What to do if your cat runs away? If your feline companion disappears, time is critical. Don't wait hours or days hoping they'll come back on their own. Here's what you should do immediately. Search the area calmly and quietly. Call your cat by name using a gentle voice. Frightened cats hide silently and won't respond to loud or harsh calls. Leave familiar objects outside. Blankets, toys, or their carrier with their scent can help lure them back. Place wet food and water in strategic spots. The smell might guide them home if they're nearby. Talk to your neighbors. Show pictures. Ask if anyone has seen your cat or mistaken them for a stray. Use social media, local groups, lost pet pages, independent rescuers. The internet is a powerful ally. Contact veterinary clinics and shelters. Someone might have found your cat injured or scared. Make sure they have a microchip and ID tag. This can be crucial for a quick reunion. And most importantly, don't give up too soon. Many cats return after days or even weeks. Keep hope alive, keep searching, and pay attention to every detail that could help. Your cat deserves more than physical safety. They need emotional security. Now that you understand all the reasons a cat might run away, one thing should be clear. The best way to prevent them from leaving is to make sure they don't want to. When home is a place of peace, affection, respect, and stimulation, there's no reason to escape. When your cat feels like they belong to that space and to that human, they choose to stay. You don't need to be a perfect cat parent. You just need to be present. You need to observe. You need to learn the silent language that cats speak every day. Through their eyes, their gestures, their silence, their hiding places, their sudden meows. If this video helped you better understand your cat's heart, consider subscribing to the channel and leaving a like. It helps us reach more people who love their cats and want to care for them better.